good evening in Norway, and good morning, everyone here in the United States. Thanks again for making another appearance today on Nacho Tuesday. Or thank you everybody for joining us today for another Nacho Tuesday. Today, I have the CEO of Wittario, and without further ado, I'd love if you could give us a quick elevator pitch about what you guys do.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andy. Wittario is a game-based learning platform that allows employees to increase learning and engagement by active learning. We bring movement, fun, and engagement into learning and development. And the users on our platform, they can create their own learning experience that others can enjoy, or they use our ready-made learning content.
Very neat. What kind of companies are using your platform today?
We have customers in both retail, in public sector, governmental sector, and also building and construction. Those are the largest customer segments in 12 countries at the moment.
Great. Any particular reason why you chose those particular segments to go after initially?
Yeah, because of those segments have business problems, which is easily solved by using game-based learning. So we add value, especially to add value to those segments in a good way, we think.
Great. And I see that you have quite a background as an entrepreneur. What got you to where you're at in your career today, and ultimately into gamification?
Yeah, my career is in my 25 years career. I held the safe corporate management positions until I was 42 years, and that's 10 years ago now. And started off as a product manager in Telenor, a leading telecommunications company across the Nordics and Asia. But however, I always wanted to own a company, and I joined the freedom to learn and progress further. So taking the leap of faith, I started my first company, Schooler, an edtech company, with my colleague, and we run that company with customers in over 100 countries worldwide. And after a while in my adult life, I've always been inspired to see how much school children are engaged in learning when the teacher takes the children outside of the classroom. Yep. For some outdoor learning. That really inspires me, and to feel true colors in this concept, I marked the advent of Wittario back in June 2019.
Not bad for your first startup and into 100 countries already. That's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Great. And it's good that you have a niche too. You have a passion and a focus on education. And I think, that really kind of defines a lot of the most successful entrepreneurs, somebody that really gets like a particular, really believes in the mission that they're working on, especially if you have like an area that you're really passionate about. So it seems like you've kind of gone down this education and e-learning path with even your current company here as well. So I guess for the uninformed companies out there, what is gamification and why should businesses care?
Yeah, I would say instead of using gamification, I like the word game-based learning.
Yep.
And that is an educational approach that involves the use of games to enhance the learning experience. So it leverages the principles of game design, such as competition, collaboration, problem solving, and engagement, to make the learning process more interactive and enjoyable. And the game-based learning is actually a quite big global market. It is a $20 billion industry, and it is and game-based learning is used in various educational settings, from schools and universities and to corporate training as training and development, which we are talking about today.
Yep.
And do you want me to go into why corporates should?
Yeah, because
go
why
into
are
game-based
a lot
learning?
of companies starting to adopt this new approach? Well, I guess it's been around for a while, but it's definitely getting a lot more popularity recently. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I would say six good reasons why corporates should implement game-based learning. Firstly, it motivates the employees to succeed, and secondly, the users get immediate feedback on their learning, and encourages the employees to repeat the training. And if you repeat the training, the learning gain will increase, of course. Fourthly, it offers the freedom to fail. It's not a big deal if you answer wrong on a game-based learning quiz. And fifth, for number five is it offers the employees to take the training in their own pace.
Mhm.
And lastly, the employees get engaged. No one wants to be at the bottom of the list. Everyone wants to be at the podium, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, I think those six elements are why game-based learning is so successful now in the corporate sector.
Yeah, that's a great point. Plus, I think it just taps into like inherent human traits that need to compete and be at the top and get noticed and everything. But also, just the way that this generation, millennials and even below, were raised on games, so they really respond to a lot of those mechanics quite easily because it's something that they grew up with.
Yeah, I agree. And game-based learning or using games also increases your ability to solve problems.
Yep.
A lot of research indicates that. So I agree.
That's a great point. So I guess what are some ways that companies and products even can use game based learning and implement that into their products or services?
Mhm. Um, yeah, so our corporate customers, they use Wittario game-based learning for onboarding of new employees, and of course training of existing staff, and development, different development projects, team building, um, to enhance both physical and digital gatherings, to make those gatherings more enjoyable, and also for before, under, and after workshop.
Mhm.
Customers also use Wittario for strategy work, polls, services, and team building.
Very neat.
Um,
So what
those
do you
are
see? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no. So
All right. Do you have any, I guess, other insights into what maybe the next trends would be for game based learning and where that industry is going?
yeah, we're starting to see more use of extended reality integration. So using both augmented reality and virtual reality into gamification. And I see also, I also believe that we will see more blockchain gamification. So the use of blockchain technology for in-game asset rewards and transactions. I see more personalized gamification, health and wellness gamification. We sit too much still, so
Yep.
using
Speaking
game-based
of,
learning to make staff move more is good for our health and well-being.
yeah, yeah, that's a great point. I think I do expect to see blockchain utilized more in gaming as well, because in my opinion, a lot of the blockchain technology um, hasn't been effectively utilized, but it works really well in closed environments, right? Especially if you have an in-app game currency. There's no real value unless you could ensure that there's value there. And those closed networks, like a gaming platform, really allows you to be able to accomplish that.
I agree. So it's a very good technology to enable gaming in closed environments. I agree.
Perfect. And being an entrepreneur yourself, I guess, why do you think most startups fail? Like, what have you seen from other people outside of, it seems like your companies have done well, but I'm sure you've met a lot of entrepreneurs that might not have had the same success.
Yeah. So there are a lot of factors that contribute to failure rate for startups. But of course, the most important thing is, as I see it, is lack of market demand and poor product market fit. And thirdly, inadequate funding is especially now in the economic downturn. A lot of companies fail to reach their funding to close their funding rounds, and that's it's a big reason for startups to failure, and also of course team issues and ineffective leadership.
Mhm.
I think that's the most important factors. My advice is to focus on to get the product out and pivot towards customers and get to make the customers pay at an early stage in the product development phase.
Yeah, and
This way, you can also tailor the product according to customer needs instead of doing the opposite by building a product that you might think customers want to pay for. That's a risky thing to do.
that happens more time than you think. A lot of people just, they put too much of their ego into the product that they're building, and they just bring it out to the customer and they say, hey, who wants to buy this now? But what you're recommending, and I definitely agree with, is getting that real product market fit and just building the features that your customers actually want, and actually doing everything you can in your product design to solve the customer's problem in the best way possible for them at a reasonable price, of course, too. But that's one thing I've seen a lot of companies fail on as well too, is just no product market fit early, and they just want to go out and raise money, but they don't even have a product that's ready to scale yet as a business.
Yeah, that's not the way to do it. I agree.
Yep. So I guess failure comes with any profession. Can you tell us about a time you failed and what you learned from it?
Yeah, maybe one thing comes to my mind. When we launched Schooler, my first edtech company in Great Britain back in 2014, the product was not enough tailored to the demands in the local market. So we hired sales staff way too early and ended up burning too much cash on that launch. So I learned a lot from that mistake.
Yeah, it's good. And anybody that doesn't have any mistakes hasn't done anything yet or tried anything.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why I always like asking that question. Plus, a lot of times we learn the most about ourselves and oftentimes have like the greatest stories and learnings that come out of that, those types of experiences. So
Yeah, so that's one big advantage of being an old entrepreneur as myself. I'm 52 years old, and in a 25-year career, you will make a lot of mistakes, but if you learn from those mistakes, you will succeed.
yeah, you definitely earned your stripes.
Yeah.
So I guess what's one thing that potential customers should know about Wittario and why they should use your platform?
Yeah. Could I say two things?
Oh, it's
And that
many
is,
as you want. It's just, yeah.
and that is research says that the movement engages your brain and makes you about 60% more creative than if you sit still. 60%.
I can believe that.
So our app stimulates movement, which in turn increases the activity in your brain. And research also says that you learn more by playing a learning game compared to reading a text.
Yep.
So if you read a text, on average, people will remember 10% of the message. When you play a learning game, you will remember up to 90%.
Yeah, and I believe there's a Confucius quote that says, "If I hear, I forget. If I see, I remember. But if I do, I understand." And that game-based learning is that doing for people that really helps them really completely understand what they're learning actually, in my opinion.
I agree completely, Andy. And if you also are able to teach others what you have learned,
Yep.
you will learn even more.
Yeah, there's this stuff's been around for centuries, actually.
Yeah.
Anybody that understands how humans work, hence the whole mentorship thing too, right? The best leaders are the ones that are always coaching because, as you're coaching people, you're learning yourself too. So
Exactly.
that's great. So I guess what's next for Wittario, and where do you see the company in 5 years?
Yeah, at the moment we have users in 12 countries and or customers in 12 countries, and in from these customers they have app users in 52 countries. Wow. On 6 continents. So our next step now is to convert the free trial users to paying users and do a commercial launch in the UK, US, Germany, and Spain. And together with local partners, we will adapt the learning content to each individual local market. So hopefully this will make us in 5 years where we will be the world leading game-based learning platform focusing on learning while on the move.
That's great. Well,
yeah,
we're glad to be a local partner for you guys ourselves, actually.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be on the Nacho platform. So world's best marketplace for software as a service companies. I love it.
Only because we have the best. Well, thank you so much today. Anything else that you want to tell the audience about your guys' product and your vision, and anything else you'd like before we go today?
No, I think I only want to thank all the listeners for tuning in and wish everyone happy holidays.
Likewise, appreciate you coming in today. And anybody interested in Wittario, you can check it out today in the Nacho B2B SaaS marketplace, or you can go directly to their website. Is that wittario.com, or do you want to spell it out for everyone? Okay, perfect.
Sorry
uh,
about
I
that.
definitely highly recommend it. Very excited myself about the interview today because I really believe in game-based learning and where it's going, because it taps into inherent human experiences, and I think having more products in this space that especially are specialized in this, I think are going to do really well in the market. So definitely check it out today, everybody, in the Nacho B2B SaaS marketplace. And once again, Lars, thanks so much for coming on today, and have a happy holidays.
Thank you very much, Andy.